Alrighty, Grandma. So to start off, introduce yourself. What's your name?
Okay, my name is Juanita Flores.
Mm-hmm.
Um, okay, my name is Juanita Flores.
How would you describe yourself, Grandma?
How would I describe myself? Oh. I don't even know what to tell you.
Well, what would you say? Your mother, your grandma?
What do you mean, mother, grandma?
That's you. Just like, how
Oh,
would you
describe
describe
us-
yourself?
Oh, right now, like a grandma.
Your grandma?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So the interview, we're just going to talk about your childhood and all that. So when were you born?
In Texas. I was born in Texas, and I came down to California. I was born in Texas as a baby.
Mm-hmm.
We came down to California, and I was raised here in California.
When were you born?
When was I born?
Yes.
I was born in. When or where was I born?
When?
When? Okay. I was born in 1954.
Mm-hmm.
My birthday is 10/24/54,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
So you moved to California in 1956?
around there, 1956.
Why did your family move from Texas?
To better themselves and getting a better job and a better living,
Mm-hmm.
and to raise us as to send us to school, better schools,
Mm-hmm.
and that was it. That I can think, better living and better schools.
It was better in California than in Texas?
Well, I can't say it was better because, like I said, I was brought as baby
So
to
you can't
California,
compare.
so I can't compare.
Mm-hmm.
I was just born there, but I was raised and lived in California.
What would you say is your earliest memory? What's the earliest thing you can remember?
From back then,
Like when you were younger, what's the earliest memory you have? Like, is it like elementary school?
my memory. Okay, I can remember the day that I got married with my husband.
That's the earliest memory you can remember?
No. I could remember when I was in, I want to say maybe 6th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in 6th grade.
What was your childhood home like?
How was my child's? What did you repeat that again?
What was your childhood home like? Like, where did you grow up? What did it look like?
Okay, when we came down from California, we lived in Cantuva,
Mm-hmm.
and it was out of town. There was only one little store, and that little store we would sometimes walk to go buy whatever we needed, or we would go in a car. We would drive over there, and there was just one little store in Cantuva.
One little store in Cantuva.
And then we lived in a country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, were you in like a neighborhood, or was it just like one little house and then like the field around it?
No, there was one house,
Mm-hmm.
and then you would come walking, and then there was like other houses more with on that other side,
Mm-hmm.
but we were a little bit far, a little bit far from there.
What did the house look like?
The house was it looked like those old houses back then, not like the one we live right now.
Mm-hmm.
It was an older house.
The older house.
An older house.
Was it like big, small?
It wasn't too small. It was pretty big. It had, I remember it had like 2 or 3 rooms.
Wow.
Yeah, it had 2 or 3 rooms back then.
And who did you live with? I know you said that you were raised by your grandparents.
With grandma. I was raised with grandma. Yeah, grandma and grandpa, and my aunts.
How many people lived in the house?
It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us.
5 of you? Wow.
Yeah. Rosa, me, and Benny. Oh no, it was 6 with Emilio. I forgot about him.
Girl, you forgot.
Forgot my other 2 boys and 2 girls. Yeah, 6. There was 6.
6 of you?
6 of us.
How was going to school?
we ended up going right there in Cantua,
Mhm.
but then from there we moved to Mendota,
Mhm.
and from Mendota we went from what was it, second grade? No, third grade. From third grade all the way down to eighth grade.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And what was it like? Did you have like a lot of friends? Were you in classes?
Not really. I was always to myself.
Real quiet.
Yeah, real well. I had friends, but not. I wasn't that popular. You know, I like to be on my own, just myself. I did make friends, but I wasn't that popular.
Not like Erika.
No, oh no, no.
Talking to everyone.
I mean, no. I would say hi and bye, but that was it. You know.
Mm.
I didn't, and my mom and dad. That's the way they raised us.
To be like real to yourself.
To ourselves.
What would like a typical day be like for you?
A typical day would be like for me. Give me
Like you would go to school and then you would go home after school, or would you go?
Oh, I would go to school in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
School would start at 8 o'clock. Classes would start at 8 o'clock, and then at 3 o'clock we would be out of there and going to our house. Walking to our house, walking to our where we lived. Yeah, we would walk. We weren't driving bus. We would walk every day.
Was it a far walk?
Not a far walk. It wasn't that far. It was close.
Oh, that's good. Not
Yeah,
too far.
it wasn't too far. It was close,
And
but it was nice. We enjoyed it. Yeah.
And what would you do when you got home?
What would I do? I would do my homework. I would rest for a little while. I'd turn on the TV and we would watch the Beverly Hills.
The Beverly Hills?
The old one, the real old one. You know, what's his name? Beverly Hills. It's a show. We would watch that. And after I would watch that, then I would start doing like my homework, or after that I would eat something and then take a shower and then go to bed, and then the next day would be another day.
Same thing, repeat?
Every day would be the same.
What is your favorite childhood memory?
Childhood memory. Childhood?
Yes.
Okay, that would be like in the sixth grade. Sixth grade, yeah. Around sixth grade, fifth and sixth. That's what we would do all the time. Just that, go to school and go home and eat something, or do your homework, take a shower, go to sleep, get up, and do the same old thing over and over.
Do you have like a favorite memory from like a holiday?
Like a holiday.
Yeah, like how was Christmas for you growing up?
It was good. We didn't have back then. I didn't have, and my sister, my aunt. Well, I was raised by my grandma and grandpa, so that would make them my uncles, right? So we didn't have what this generation has. Like name brands, iPads, cell phones. We didn't have that. We couldn't afford that. We couldn't afford that. So we didn't have nothing. We didn't really have nothing like that. All we all had was just a pencil, piece of paper, and whatever they tell us or teach us in school. That was it. But our favorite, my holiday would be like on Christmas, because that's when they would buy us something special, something good. Like a doll, or an outfit, some tennies, some shoes, nice shoes. That's it. But yeah, we didn't have anything like right now that name brands and cell phones and all these good stuff, electric. No, back then we didn't have that. Yeah, we didn't have the money to buy that. We were kind of poor. Yeah.
What did your grandparents do for a living?
Grandpa he would work in the fields. And Grandma didn't work.
She would stay home?
She would stay home and cook for us and have us our dinner. She would cook for us 3 times a day.
Wow.
But like in school, we had to go to school, but when we came back, she had our dinner ready. At 3 o'clock, if we wanted to eat, she would feed us. If we didn't, she would feed us later on. But it was good. It was I loved the way I was raised. You know, I didn't have any problems, and I wasn't a person that I think I was a good person. I wasn't a bad person.
You are a good person, Grandma.
Yeah, childhood. Yeah, I never gave her any problems or anything. You know, I would just stay in the house. Yeah, so that's why, I miss all. I don't miss it, but I just hear, oh, they're going to the prom or they're doing this and they do that. I don't do all that
You
stuff.
didn't do
No,
any of that?
nothing. No. I think my grandma she loved us so much that she was so, how do you say it? So, she cared so much that she didn't want nothing to happen to us.
She was real protective?
Real protective, yes. And she would always tells us, be careful, don't do this, don't do that. She was, she would give us advice. Yeah. So that was my childhood right there.
This 2 and 4th. Going back to like holidays, what would your family typically do for Christmas? Because like we always make tamales and all that. Is that something that started with like your family?
My family, my grandpa they would kill a pig.
Kill a pig?
It's not like this generation that you go buy the meat. It's already in the store. Back then there was meat at the store too, but back then we used to use more like going to buy a pig, an animal, and kill it, and then kill it and do everything, and then cut it up and put it in the pan so we can make chicharrones,
Chicharrones.
or tamales with the lard, and then with the meat, cook it and make tamales. Yeah, we used to. That was our generation. That was our food right there.
Kill a whole pig.
Kill a whole pig.
Use every part of it.
Use every little part of it. The nose, the mouth, everything.
The patas, Grandma. The patas with the menudo.
The menudo. They would clean it. They would peel it off. Everything. We had the hielera was packed with a whole pig. Food. Yeah.
Was your Christmas usually big, or was it just like the people that lived in your house?
We didn't have any people out of like friends. We didn't have that. The only thing we had was just our family. Like us, just our family, or medium, or small family. That's it. Nobody outside.
It wasn't like a giant.
Not like us that we.
Not like us now, when we have
everybody.
Meet 40 people
whoever
on Christmas.
passes by, come over.
Come over and get a plate of food.
No, back then we didn't have that. My like I said again, my grandma and grandpa, they were very strict. They talked very they didn't have very much friends. So they just it was just us.
So your grandparents were real reserved too?
Huh?
So your grandparents were real reserved?
Real reserves, yeah.
Is that where you think like you and your aunts and uncles got it from too?
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, that's about it. We didn't. They didn't let us go to any dances or anything. They were too protective.
What about church? You said they would let you go to church, right?
Oh, church, yeah. That on Sundays.
Church on Sundays.
Yes. Church on Sundays. Make sure that we went to church on Sundays. Come back home right away. As soon as church was over, we would have to come back home.
What was church like?
It was beautiful, like right now. Right now, trees, the Word of God. And it was beautiful. It was nice. Yeah.
What was your favorite part of the week when you were growing up?
The favorite part of the week when I was growing up, I think Saturdays, but we didn't have no school. and Sundays because those were the best days. Get up and watch TV and do housework and just lounge. Just take it easy. Those were my two favorite days.
Just got to sit there and watch TV.
Watch TV, help my mom, my grandma, my mom. She raised me. I call her mom. But yeah, I would get up and help her sweep, mop. She would cook for us. She would wash for us. And as soon as I was growing up, I would start doing my stuff too. And I wouldn't let her do too much. So I would take over. We would take over. My sister would sweep, I would mop. My sister would wash one bathroom, I would wash the other. Whatever. We would take turns, doing stuff around the house.
Help her out around the
Ever
house.
since we're small up to where since we're getting bigger and bigger, we would take turns. Yeah. So now that my mom, we were doing that, we didn't give it all to my mom. We didn't leave it all to my mom. She would just cook. Sometimes wash her stuff, and then we would wash our stuff. So like that, we would help a lot.
Were you super?
She raised me to for me to learn how to live and what to do. As a girl. What to do, how to survive, how to cook. She even teach me how to cook.
Is that where you get most of your recipes from?
Yeah, from her too. She taught me a lot.
What was your favorite recipe from her?
My favorite recipe from her, I used to like her rice. I think that's why my rice comes out real good.
Because you got it from her?
I got it from her. Everybody likes my rice.
Your rice is delicious, Grandma.
Yeah, my rice is delicious. And then Bailey goes, "Oh, I know this is not Grandma's rice. I know it." That's not my rice. But yeah. I got all her recipes, and she would cook real good. She would make sopes. She would make what do you call those, papusas?
Papusas.
Yeah, with chicharrón and chili and.
You told me about that. She would cook them on the comal, right?
She would cook it over the comal, and then they would blow up, and then she would get a knife and carve it in the middle all the way. Then when she was stuck all the cheese, she would make some with cheese. She would make some with chicharrón. She would make another one with refried beans with chorizo. Another one with carne con chile. Oh, you name it, she would make it.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, she always had good food for us all the time. And what I liked about from Monday through Friday, that she would always have us, she would have her food done and always have something for us to drink besides water. She would always have like soda, juices, whatever. That's the only thing, that we were happy with whatever she, yeah. For us, there was no Starbucks, there was
no Dutch Bros, Angry Chicks.
Nothing like that.
Just whatever was on the stove?
Whatever was on the stove and sodas. Different kind of sodas, like lemon, orange, Pepsi, Coke, Dr. Pepper. What else? But in different bottles. Not like the ones they have the big ones. So no, there were different bottles. Made out of glass. They were made out of glass.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah, fancy. It was fancy. That was the only fancy thing we had.
The glass bottles. Hey, Grandma.
The glass bottles. Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, we were kind of poor, Mija. We didn't have, but we were happy.
And that's what matters.
Happy. We were really happy. We never gave them any. We weren't giving her a bad time or anything. That we wanted this or we wanted that, and never.
You were rich in happiness, Grandma.
Yeah, we were rich in with whatever she made us. We were rich.
And that sounds very delicious.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Were you like super close with both your grandparents?
Huh?
Were you super close with both your grandparents?
Both of them, yes. Yeah, real close to them.
Why were you raised by your grandparents?
Because my mom, when I was born, and I'm the first one,
You're the oldest?
she lived in Mexico. Yes, I'm the oldest.
Mm-hmm.
But she lived in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
But she from Mexico, she crossed the border and she went to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And from Texas, I was born there.
Mm-hmm.
So she was pregnant already.
Mm-hmm.
So I was born there, and from there, she visited her mom.
Mm-hmm.
That's grandma and grandpa. And my mom and my grandpa were going to, how do you say, make her as a U.S. citizen,
Mm-hmm.
but she didn't want to.
Oh.
She didn't want to come this way.
Come to the U.S.?
No, not even to Texas. She didn't want to fix her papers.
Mm.
You know, she didn't want to. She didn't want to be a USA. You know, what's it called?
Citizen?
Citizen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So she decided that she wanted to stay behind. So my mom, my grandpa, my grandpa, my grandma, my other aunts, they fix the papers,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why she said, okay. My grandma said, if you don't want to follow us, then why? Because my dad had came this way,
Mm-hmm.
and she thought that he wasn't gonna return back.
Mm.
You know, so my mom said, let's go. She didn't want to. She wanted to stay back.
Mm-hmm.
She probably thought that he was going to come back one day
Oh.
and find her, you know, but he never did.
Mm-hmm.
He never did. So she remarried. That's what I heard. She remarried, and they told me that. And she has a big family.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you have, you know, well, she passed away already too, but what I'm trying to say that is that's the reason why. That's the reason why she didn't want to fix papers. That's why she passed me to my mom,
Mm-hmm.
her mom. That's my grandma.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm grateful because, you know, they took care of me,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So yeah,
They made sure you had a
they
better
made
life.
sure a better life.
What part of Mexico is your family from?
She's from what is it called? Matamoros?
Oh, really?
Yeah, Matamoros.
Oh, that's right on the border, no?
I don't know where that is. I've never gone to that place. I mean, I've gone to Mexico
Mm-hmm.
and New Mexico and all the old Mexico way out there. Pero Matamoros, I'm not too sure where that is at.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not too sure where that is at.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
It's
they
like
say
right
that
on the border.
Yeah, Matamoros. Yeah. So, and it's funny because when I think I had the girls. She called me over the phone,
Mm-hmm.
and when she called me, she passed away the next day.
Oh my God.
I think God gave her that wish
To
to
speak
talk
to you?
to me, to speak to me, and the next day she passed away.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So yeah, and my dad never. I don't know about him. What happened to him?
He just,
He just vanished.
wow,
That's
crazy.
Yeah.
So that's why you view your grandparents more like your parents?
Oh, 100%.
Because they raised you.
They raised me. Yeah, they raised me, and they gave me what I needed. You know, they knew what I needed, so they
provided you a
they
good life.
provide me with school. They provide me with food. They provide me. You know, they give me the love that I needed, and they showed me a lot of things. A lot, you know, how to live and respect and love each other. You know, yeah. So
That's beautiful.
yeah.
Lucas got all these eggs back here. He's walking around. Sorry. Alrighty. You graduated high school when you were how old?
I graduated high school. I didn't get to graduate high school because I started working. I helped my sister, my aunt. I started helping her working. So I just went to school Not all the way to high school. Maybe from ninth grade, and that's it. That was it. I didn't finish school.
And you had to start working immediately?
I worked immediately because
Oh, wow.
my sister needed help with her restaurant,
Oh,
and she didn't have nobody else to help her.
so you dropped out to help
I
her?
dropped out to help her
In a restaurant?
in a restaurant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How did you like that?
Back then, it wasn't. It was up to whoever. If I wanted to work, if I wanted to go back to school, they didn't push you back then. They didn't used to push you like now. That if you don't go, you know,
They get on you?
They get on you. No, back then it wasn't like that. Yeah, so I started working, and then from there I started working out there in the field, and then after that, I met your grandpa.
What was that like? Or how did you meet him? What happened?
How did I meet him? Do I have to tell you about that?
Well, I mean, you don't have to.
Oh, okay. Well, I just met him, but yeah, he was on this side. He's from Mexico too, but now that he crossed the border too, so we met and we got married right away by court.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, by court, and then from there, that was it.
Dang. You got, how?
I was 17.
17?
17.
Dang. And how many days was it between you meeting him and you marrying him?
Well, I met him like in what was it? Like on I think it was in a couple. Well, I married him like in April the 25th. April the 25th. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like in 7 months. Right away.
Oh, wow, super fast.
Yeah, super fast. Yeah, that was it. And then I started having my first kid, my first children, and then the second, and so.
Then the third, and the fourth, and the fifth, and the sixth.
Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah. But that was my life right there, you know. I didn't get to go to dances or anything like that, no.
You still can, Grandma.
Oh, I still can. I'm almost 88 years old already.
You still can, Grandma.
71 right now. Oh my God, no, I'm tired already. Yeah.
There's always still energy to dance.
I know. Yeah. Yeah, but no. It was. I don't regret anything. I mean, I don't regret my life in the past, you know, because they gave me a good life. And I love the way I was raised. I was raised to protect myself and to respect and love and she taught me everything that a girl needs to learn. You know, and I'm happy with that. You know, I wasn't. We weren't brought up like. No, we were brought up good. Yeah, and I love my grandpa, my grandma. And then, yeah, like I said, before she passed away, I would always take her to McDonald's to go buy her a sandwich. Yeah, I kind of took over, you know, taking care of her too.
She spent all those years taking care of you.
Yeah.
Turn the favor.
Yeah, and look, now life pays. What you do in this world, they do it to you too. So now I'm staying with my daughter, and she's taking care of me now.
And the cycle just continues.
Yeah, what you do, they do it to you. So that's what I tell them. Your kids see you do this, they'll do it to you too. It depends what you do in this world. So yeah, mira.
That's life. Do you have any final words?
Do I have any final words?
Anything else you'd like to share from growing up, or like any of your experiences while you were working, or anything like that?
From work? No, I learned a lot in life. I learned a lot in life and how to live, and keep on, you know, living, living, and I learned I learned so many jobs, and I'm happy that I got to,
Mm-hmm.
that experience to work out there in the field and work in schools and work in factories, companies,
Mm-hmm.
as tomatoes and driving forklift.
You drove a
I
forklift, Grandma?
drive a forklift
Oh
too.
my gosh.
Yeah, I drove forklift too.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I say I've learned a lot,
Mm-hmm.
a lot about life.
That's,
That's it.
I think that's a good way to end it. And